Yeah, it was. We had a pond that we could skate on in the winter time.
Oh, that's great.
And the boys would go down there, and if it snowed, they'd go down there and show, pushing the snow back, and they'd maybe cut a hole in the ice, and they'd plug up where it was running out of the pond so that it'd come up and go back on the pond again, so we'd have ice again. And we was always creating our own fun.
Yeah.
Summertime, you'd go around the pond, and the nighthawks would be flying around and making their little noise, and bats, and we was down there with the rocks and throwing, trying to think we was going to hit them, which we couldn't. But
kids nowadays don't. They don't do that stuff, do they? They're missing. They're glued to their TV or
the water that ran into the pond. It was what we called the slough, and there's always willows that grew in there. So we'd go over there. In the spring, Dad'd go get willows and get a piece and make us a whistle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then we made our flippers. We'd go over there, and if you'd find just the right crotch, and they'd make flippers. I had my flipper till my kids was.
Flippers to swim with? Flippers?
No.
What? Oh, bow and arrows.
To shoot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You'd use for the little piece of leather to put the rock in. You'd take out of it. We'd always keep the tongues out of Dad's old shoes, because then you'd cut the little piece to make, and then you hook the rubber bands onto this bark, and then you pull her back and let her fly. We'd shoot them at the mud hens down on the pond, and we never shot at our ducks, because that's where we got our. Another thing that was funny is if you ever saw a duck egg down in the water anywhere, Mom would have us rake it out of there. As kids get it, she'd put them under an old setting hand.
Oh, really?
And they'd come off with them little ducks, and they'd be fine until they happened to get near where the water was. And the little ducks would get in the water, and the old hen, she was just nervous as all heck, running back and forth, trying to get her little babies out of that water. She didn't realize they weren't even their own chickens.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, a big deal. That was just part of our entertainment. That and our old horses to ride. And
you had a great growing up life. You guys didn't have much, but you had everything you needed. And
everything. They paid good money to get.
Sounds like you had,
We'd go swim in the canal. In the summertime, we never had bathing suits or anything. We just had a pair of bib overalls.
The canal was clean back then.
We'd cut the legs off and hang them in the willers, and then when we'd go by, we'd change and get into that. And then when we got through swimming, we'd hang them back out in the willows, and they'd be dry the next time we came back. And then when they'd turn the water out in the fall, out of the canal at the dam, when everybody was through using their irrigating water, well, there'd always be these pools, and we'd take gunny sacks up there and sing the fish out. One of us would get on each of it, and we'd walk through those puddles, and fish would hit it, and we'd pull it up, and boy, some of them was big ones.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd bring them home and fry them up?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of fish?
Trout.
Really?
Yeah. From the Fish Creek Dam. That was where the water came from.
And that was by where? Where's that? Is that Silver?
On up past.
Is that Silver Creek?
No, that's way past up north and east of Cary. And then there's the Wood River Dam up the other way, but that fed that side of town, and Fish Creek fed the side that we were on. So that was a great sport.
That's really cool.
Getting up there and getting all those big old fish.
Wait, so you took gunny sacks, and I'm trying to visualize it. I can't visualize it.
One of us would get on one side, one on the other, holding those sacks up and walk through the water. And the fish, would get up to where, and they'd try to swim back into the deep part, and they'd hit it, and we'd braid it up, and you might have 2, you might have 10.
And the gunny sacks were from what?
Oh,
the grain?
Seed that Dad had got to plant grain or to even feed his animals.
Yeah.
Sometimes, That's what Mom made her dresses out of, was this big. Stop that thing now. We got